Wacky Wednesday here at Muscle in the Morning, and I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, July 11th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Welcome back to another edition of Recap Wednesday. And we're going to hop right into today's show with a huge weekend in the Midwest out at the Chicago Pro. For the second straight year in the men's open division, Michael Lockett was announced as the winner after he put on what was by far the best performance of his pro career, narrowly edging out the sensational Sergio Oliva Jr. In the 212 division, Craig Richardson brought down the house with his home run at the night show, while Wesley Vissers turned out to be one of the more exciting moments of the weekend as he soared to the win in his classic physique debut. Top honors in men's physique went to Michael Bevins, and over on the women's physique side, Sarah Villegas cruised home for her first win of the season. Jill Blondin held down the top spot in women's bodybuilding, and much to the delight of everyone in the audience, Illinois native Danielle Chikellis brought home the crown in fitness. Lori Chapados came out and crushed it to take home the bikini division, and rounding out the action here for the weekend with a gigantic win in figure was Julia Waring. Now we shift gears and head up north for another big weekend up at the Vancouver Pro, where the theme of the show was conditioning, conditioning, conditioning. And nowhere was that more true than in the men's open, where a sliced and diced Lucas Oslidel showed up and cleaned house on the way to punching his ticket back to the Olympia stage. In the 212 division, two-time Canadian national champ Mahmoud Eldera was absolutely brilliant on his way to soaring to a well-deserved victory. And just as we predicted right here on the show 2 weeks ago, the classic physique division went to our old friend Khalid Chick, who looked like he was the clear winner from the word go. The men's physique crown went to Mexican import Ishmael Dominguez, and the women's physique division went to homegrown Canadian product Alyssa Copolino. Allison Ethier brought home the fitness title, and in the figure division, Bojana Vasiljevic delivered her best look ever on the way to another win. And wrapping things up with another first-round TKO performance in the bikini division was former Olympia champ Ashley Kaltwasser, who looks like she's probably unbeatable at this point. For the full contest photos, check it out at RxMuscle.com. And for our last show of the weekend, we head out to Sin City, where we had some red-hot action in the bikini division that certainly turned up the heat on the Vegas Strip at this year's Patriot Pro. All it took was a season-best effort from veteran Karen Henich to lock up the win as she held off a strong push from runner-up Eli Fernandez. Hometown favorite Stacy McLeod pulled out all the stops on the way to her big third-place finish, where she managed to fight back a strong push down the home stretch from Brazilian bombshell Nahara Schubert. And wrapping things up in the top 5 was another homegrown Vegas talent and emerging star Francesca Lauren. Flex Lewis stepping away from the 212 division opens up the door for a new king to rise up and grab the throne next year. And based on the way he's looking right now, I have a hard time not putting second-year superstar in training Nick Vullioud on my short list. Last weekend, we saw the Vullioud camp release a handful of new updates that made more than a few people stop and do a double take. Right now, this kid might be packing more muscle per square inch than anyone else in the division. And that doesn't even factor in the insane 3D roundness and conditioning that he's got right now. With all these crazy gym shots, he almost looks like a Ruly Winkler of the 212 division. But without a sitting Olympia champion who's still in his prime to stand in his way, maybe we should all start taking a good hard look at whether or not we're seeing the makings of the division's next 10-year champion right before our eyes. With his win at last weekend's UFC 226, Daniel Cormier became the first man in history to hold both the light heavyweight and heavyweight belts at the same time after knocking out the former champ early in the first round. And right now it looks like we're a shade under 10 weeks away from seeing 212 powerhouse Alex Cambronero come out and try to land a few haymakers of his own up on the Olympia stage. 2 weeks after his huge win down at the Dallas Europa Pro, the pride of Puerto Rico already looks like he's loading up to make a strong push at the title. I don't know what the heck he's been eating for the last week or so, but in his latest round of updates, Cambronero definitely has the feel of someone who's recharged and ready to make a strong push down the stretch. So, now that he seems like he's got everything moving in the right direction, it'll be interesting to see if he can sustain the momentum and ride this thing out for another 2 months all the way in to the big dance. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.